another one at Soissons. But in the present case, the situation was particularly serious. The great tank attack of the enemy had penetrated to a surprising depth. The tanks, which were faster than hitherto, had surprised divisional staff in the headquarters and torn up the telephone lines which communicated with the battlefront. I had no illusions about the political effects of our defeat on August 8th. Our battles from July 15th to August 4th could be regarded, both abroad and at home, as the consequence of an unsuccessful but bold stroke, such as may happen in any war. On the other hand, the failure of August 8th was revealed to all eyes as the consequences of an open weakness. To fail in an attack was a very different matter from being vanquished on the defense. The amount of booty which our enemy could publish to the world spoke a clear language. Both the public at home and our allies could only listen in great anxiety. All the more urgent was it that we should keep our presence of mind and face the situation without illusions, but also without exaggerated pessimism.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
Ils étaient jeunes comme nous. Ils ont servi, donnant généreusement d'eux-mêmes. Nous leur promettons, en débit du temps qui passe, de porter le flambeau et de ne jamais oublier. Nous nous souviendrons d'eux.
It is foolish and wrong to mourn the men who died. Rather, we should thank God such men lived.
They are not dead, not even broken. Only their dust has gone back home to the earth. For they, the essential they, shall have rebirth whenever a word of them is spoken.
Ceux qui pieusement sont morts pour la patrie ont droit qu'à leur cercueil la foule vienne et prie. Entre les plus beaux noms, leur nom est le plus beau. Toute gloire près d'eux passe et tombe éphémère. Et, comme ferait une mère, la voix d'un peuple entier les berce en leur tombeau.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
An extract from The Great War as I Saw It by Canon Frederick George Scott, Senior Chaplain, 1st Canadian Division. Here and there, I met wounded men walking back, and many German prisoners. In the fields in different directions, I could see rifles stuck, bayonet downwards in the ground, which showed that there lay wounded men. I found that these were chiefly Germans, and all of them had received hideous wounds and were clamoring for water. Poor men. I was sorry for them, for I knew it would be long before they could be carried out or receive medical attention, owing to the rapidity of our advance. I made my way to each in turn and gave him a drink from some of the water bottles which I carried round my belt. I think all the Germans I saw that morning were dying, having been wounded in the stomach. After attending, as far as it was possible, to their bodily needs, I endeavored to minister to their spiritual. As they happened to be Roman Catholics, I took off the crucifix, which I wore around my neck, and gave it to them. They would put up their trembling hands and clasp it lovingly and kiss it while I began the Lord's Prayer in German. This happened many times that day. One man who had a hideous wound in the abdomen was most grateful. When he handed me my crucifix, he took my hand and kissed it. It was strange to think that an hour before, had we met, we should have been deadly enemies.
Nach schwerem Traum von Gerrit Engelke. Ich bin Soldat und stehe im Feld und weiß von niemand in der Welt. Drum kann ich diesen Regentag nicht feiern, so kummerzärtlich, feucht und bleiern, da mir dein Bild zur Nacht den Schlaf zerschlug und mich in deine Nähe trug. Ich bin Soldat und stehe im Feld, Gewehr im Arm und fern der Welt. Wär ich zu Haus, ich schlösse Tür und Scheiben und wollte lange einsam bleiben, im Sofawinkel sitzend mich versenken, geschlossenen Auges deiner denken. Ich bin Soldat im trüben Feld, hier endet alle Menschenwelt, der Regen sinkt, die nassen Strähnen fließen, ich kann nichts tun, nur Blei verschießen. Weiß nicht warum, tu's doch, als ob ich's muss. Ins graue Wetter kracht ein Schuss.
A quote from Lieutenant Harold Williams of the 5th Division, Australian Imperial Force, who was wounded in the Battle of Péronne and evacuated to a casualty clearing center at Daour. That these women worked their long hours among such surroundings without collapsing spoke volumes for their willpower and sense of duty. The place reeked with the odors of blood, antiseptic dressings, and unwashed bodies. The nurses saw the war stripped of even the excitement of an attack. They saw soldiers in their most pitiful state, wounded, blood-stained, dirty, reeking of blood and filth. The strain was such that it was almost incredible that a woman could stand it and retain her sanity.
A letter from Frank Cousins, Canadian soldier, to his mother on 12th November 1918. My dear mother, the remarkable and long looked-for day has at last arrived, and the happenings of the past week are beyond my power of description. How much has happened since, on the morning of August 8th, we were awakened out of our doze in that motor lorry as the big guns belched forth the first rounds of the barrage for the Amiens affairs. How little we thought that in less than 4 months the victory would be won. It is hard to realize that it is all over, and for me, over here, the truth will not be fully appreciated until we reach home. But war is no more, in our time at least, and we can once more move and live and have our being. In short, be human.
The words of Major General George Bell, 33rd Division Commander, United States Army, to Lieutenant General R.H.K. Butler of the British Army, 11 August 1918. The division is proud to have participated in this historic battle with the gallant British troops under your command. Permit me to send you the most hearty congratulations on the brilliant work of your forces, and to express the confident hope of further combined victories for our combined arms.
Extrait du journal de Herménegilde du Chaussois, maire d'Amiens de 1916 à 1919. Jeudi 8 août. La journée du 8 août restera célèbre dans l'histoire comme étant le début d'une bataille qui dura 3 mois, délivrant d'abord Amiens, prouvant l'usure des armées allemandes et nous donnant enfin la victoire. Le communiqué du 10 août redevient pour tous les Amiénois vagabonds le plus beau feuilleton à suivre. Nos troupes ont enlevé Pierrepont. Dans la journée, après avoir conquis d'Avnescourt, nous attaquons au sud de Montdidier, puis abordons Faverolles. J'avais les larmes aux yeux en lisant le communiqué. C'est la victoire et c'est la délivrance d'Amiens. On va pouvoir réintégrer. Nous ne serons plus des réfugiés. Pour moi, plus de chez nous, notre maison étant inhabitable. Il faudra trouver un nouveau gîte familial. 12 août. L'officier du service forestier et son interprète veulent bien me conduire à Amiens. J'ai vu le commandant Quiraud des sapeurs-pompiers de Paris et le sous-préfet Pigné qui ne s'occupe plus d'évacuation. Dans la journée, le roi Georges, venant du front, a visité la cathédrale et décoré le préfet et le commandant d'armes. À Flic Secours, il a offert le thé, notamment au maréchal Foch. La ville est bien triste. Malgré le déjà-vu, je suis toujours vivement impressionnée par nos monuments bombardés et nos maisons démolies ou incendiées. Amiens est vide, les magasins sont sans marchandises et les usines sans métier et sans matières premières, sans charbon. Évidemment, la population ne pourra être appelée à regagner Amiens qu'après une organisation complète et permanente du ravitaillement et des moyens matériels d'habitation.
An extract from the war memoirs of Prime Minister David Lloyd George, 1918. The fact of the matter was that the British Army itself did not realise the extent and effect of the triumph they had won that day. They were thinking in the terms of past offensives, when a gain of a few kilometres in an attack was as much as they could hope to accomplish. And experience had taught them the dangers of advancing too far, because the Germans invariably rallied, brought up their reserves, and counterattacked with verve and skill. They had not yet understood that they were confronted today with an enemy who had lost much of his dash and combative strength. The reports of the battle received by the Cabinet from the front showed how little even the victors understood the immense effect of the triumph they had won. The actual ground captured was not extensive. The effect of the victory was moral and not territorial. It revealed to friend and foe alike the breakdown of the German power of resistance. More finally even than by the French counter-offensive of July the 18th, were the Germans driven by the British stroke of August the 8th to realise that all hope of victory had passed. After the July defeat, whilst they came to the conclusion that their offensive had finally failed, they still hoped to reorganise their army effectively for an impenetrable defence. After the Amiens battle, even this seemed impossible. Ludendorff admits, "The 8th of August demonstrated the collapse of our fighting strength. And in the light of our recruiting situation, it took from me any hope of discovering some strategic measure which would re-establish the position in our favour. An end must be put to the war."
of glee, of thinking there to meet my dear, long time I'd wished to see. I took hold of her lily white hand, oh, and merrily was her heart, and now we're met together. I hope we ne'er shall part. For its meeting is a pleasure, and parting is a grief. But all my constant love is lost the green leaves they shall wither, and the branches they shall die, if ever I prove false to her, to the girl that loves me.
Singing.